I didn't plan to speak. Not tonight. Not in the suffocating dining room where every wall carried a memory I'd rather burn. But then Mom said it, loud enough to slice the air clean in half. "You're the most useless child we have." Forks froze. Breath stopped mid-rib. I felt every set of eyes drag across my skin like rusted nails. And something inside me, something I'd stitched shut years ago, unraveled with a quiet, deliberate snap. I pushed my chair back, slow enough for the legs to groan across the floor. "Then stop calling me when you need money." Her face collapsed first, then the room. And for a moment, even time forgot how to move. They didn't know it yet, but this wasn't an outburst. It was the final scene of a revenge I'd been crafting for years. And I'd finally reached the part where they get to understand why. I remember when Mom's voice didn't sound like a weapon. There was a time she called me her miracle kid. A time she packed my lunches, kissed my forehead, and told me I'd do great things. I believed her, because children don't know the difference between love and conditioning. Then things changed. Not suddenly. Gradually. Quietly. Like rot spreading beneath paint. The others, my siblings, learned early how to play her games. Flatter her. Need her. Feed her vanity in exchange for scraps of approval. But I grew up, and independence was the one thing she couldn't control. That's when the sweetness curdled. When miracle turned into ungrateful. Independent into selfish. Successful into useful. She never wanted me to succeed. She wanted to own me, and when she couldn't, she rewrote the narrative, made me the villain of a story where she was always the martyr. I walked away, but she found a way to keep me tied. Money. Her emergencies. Her debts. Her wants disguised as needs. I kept paying. Not because I owed her, but because I was too tired to fight. Until the day I finally saw the truth. It was a single text message. Not meant for me. A screenshot, accidentally forwarded by my sister, along with a photo of a bill Mom wanted me to help with. But beneath it, her message to the family group chat I wasn't in: "He'll pay. He always does." Shame is the only language he responds to. Shame. Not love. Not appreciation. Shame. The word sat in my chest like wet cement. And suddenly, every request she'd made snapped into focus. Every guilt trip. Every emotional chokehold. Every favor. They weren't cries for help. They were calculated extractions. I deleted the message, but not from my memory. That day, something inside me shifted from hurt to clarity. And clarity, when mixed with betrayal, becomes strategy. I didn't confront her. Not then. People like her feed on reaction. Drama gives them oxygen. So I starved her. No money. No calls. No visits. Silence became my rebellion. But silence wasn't enough. Not for what she'd done, not to my wallet, but to the version of me she kept trying to sculpt. The obedient son. The dependable scapegoat. I wanted her to feel something unfamiliar. Something she'd avoided her entire life. Accountability. So I started planning. Not with rage. With precision. I documented every payment I'd ever made on her behalf. Compiled receipts. Screenshots. Bank transfers. Years of financial manipulation, organized into a neat, weaponized timeline. Then I talked to a lawyer friend. Not to sue her. To understand exactly how unreachable I could make myself while staying perfectly within my rights. I closed accounts she had access to. Changed numbers. Locked credit. Moved funds. Rebuilt boundaries with concrete instead of apologies. I became, in every way that mattered, untouchable. All that was left was the reveal. Mom prides herself on public image. Family dinners were her stage. We were props. So I waited for the night I knew she'd gather everyone. The anniversary she loved bragging about. The one where she'd parade her perfect family like trophies. I arrived on time. Calm. Prepared. She hugged everyone except me. A performance, of course. Then, somewhere between the salad and the roast, she said it. Loud. Sharp. Scripted for maximum humiliation. "You're the most useless child we have." And the room leaned into her drama like a trained audience. But she didn't know the script had changed. When I stood, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't tremble. I just said the line I'd rehearsed in my mind for months. Then stop calling me when you need money. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. I continued. Since everyone likes transparency, let's be thorough. I placed the folder on the table. Receipts, dates, transfers, a decade of financial dependence, her dependence on me. This is everything I've paid for, I said. Every bill you called a crisis. Every debt you swore was life or death. I've covered more for you than you ever provided for any of us. Eyes widened. Siblings shifted. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." And just so we're clear, I added, you won't be getting another cent ever. Mom's face drained of authority. She wasn't angry. She was exposed. And for the first time in my life, she had no script to hide behind. I walked out before she could recover. Not in triumph. In release. The night air felt cold, clean, like the world had been wrung out and replaced with something sharper. People think revenge is about hurting someone back. It isn't. It's about reclaiming the parts of yourself they tried to own. Your voice, your boundaries, your peace. Mom lost her power that night, not because I destroyed her, but because I stopped letting her define me. And that silence, the one she can't manipulate, guilt, or weaponize, is the loudest revenge I've ever delivered.